What if I told you there was a fund company out there giving you guys funds that have yields anywhere between 11 to almost 27%? And you also get exposure to growth with these funds, these ETFs. Now that company is NEOS, and NEOS has been innovating with option strategies and creating cover call ETFs that people can buy and hold. They can generate some income, and they can also have some of their assets grow a little bit as they're generating some of that income. Today we are diving into 5 different NEOS ETFs that we can see and we could possibly add to your portfolio. Quick disclaimer before we dive in. This video is purely educational content. It should not be considered personal finance advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, and I don't know your financial situation, risk tolerance, or even investment goals. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results, and always do your own research and consider consulting with a qualified financial professional before making any investment. All right, let's get on to the video. Hey guys, my name is Steve and I run the Frugal Expat website where we try to help people save more and invest better. And today we are diving into 5 different NEOS ETFs. And you guys may have noticed, I do not have my hat on. Well, someone in the comments said I should maybe have a shave, maybe lose my hat, and we shall see how it works. All right, but first of all, let's dive into NEOS and what makes them special as a company for options ETFs. A couple things with NEOS strategy is, first of all, you know, they don't cap the entire upside of the cover calls. They use those cover calls to generate income that they distribute monthly. And so what they're trying to do is not have the entire portfolio to be at all the money call options. And so if they're all called away, then you're gonna have some of that capped upside. So they're trying not to sell all of their assets under management so then they can save on that money. They're gonna be paying monthly income, which is good for those people that are looking for some income. Secondly, they're gonna be using return of capital to help with tax efficiency. So return of capital is basically, they're gonna be returning some of your money to you in the form of distributions, and that's gonna lower your cost basis, but it's also gonna have no tax implications, because if they're not doing that, then everything that you're getting in premium and distributions are gonna be taxed at the ordinary rate, kind of like JEPI or JEPQ. This way, with the return of capital, they are trying to help you guys with tax efficiency. They use 1256 contracts as well, which means the distributions are going to be taxed at 60% long-term capital gains and 40% short-term capital gains. So they have 2 methods of making this very tax efficient for you: return of capital and 1256 contracts. That's good news for you, and that's good news for this company when it's creating these ETFs. And some awards for NEOS is, first of all, QQQI has won Best Active ETF in 2025. Secondly, NEOS won Best Options Issuer ETF Company of the Year, and their assets under management have gone over $15 billion. So this is a growing company, and they're continuing to grow many different ETFs left and right. And the cool thing is, their founder, Troy Cates, is always out on those podcasts and those YouTube videos just talking about their company. It would be cool if I could get him onto this channel. Wouldn't that be cool? Give me a thumbs up and comment if you want him on there, and I'll try to see what I can do. But let's dive into the 5 NEOS ETFs that you could possibly add to your portfolio. And you may not, because this is not financial advice, this is just for educational purposes. Our first ETF is going to be SPYI, which is the NEOS S&P 500 Premium Income ETF. Some numbers that you may want to know: it's got 11.94% yield. It's got about $6.4 billion in assets under management. It's got an expense ratio of 0.68%, and the return of capital is sitting at around 97%. So what they do is they're taking assets under management that are under the S&P 500, and they are selling options and cover calls on these to generate premium for you. So they're tracking the S&P 500 index, and they're selling cover calls on it, so then you can get some great premium and great distributions monthly. Now, some of the risks that's a part of SPYI is, of course, a capped upside. If the market starts to rally really crazily and you've already selling cover calls, your upside could be capped. So if you're selling maybe Apple at $100, now that's probably not realistic, but $100, and Apple goes up to 115, well, you're not gonna get that upside of the 115. It's capped. And so that could be a risk. Another risk could be, you know, these options and derivatives are a little risky. I mean, they're complex, they're different, and the best thing that could happen is a good sideways market with maybe a little bit of going up. Now, if the market were to tank, we will see what happens with that. But, you know, just let you know, I mean, these all have risk. And so just be aware of the risk of complex covered call ETFs. Now, who are these best for? Well, it's best for those that are looking for some income and those that are looking for an exposure to the S&P 500. And so you're getting a little bit of both. You're getting some income, you're getting exposure to the S&P 500. And so that's a good way to look at it for SPYI. Let's get on to our next ETF. Our next ETF is going to be QQQI, which is the NEOS NASDAQ 100 High Income ETF. Now, this ETF is one of the best ones out there because it is won the award in 2025 for best actively managed ETF in 2025. It is one of the better ETFs out there for covered call and for income. It's got right now a yield of about 14.01%. It's got about a little bit over $6 billion in assets under management. It's got an expense ratio of 0.68%, meaning it costs about $68 for every $10,000 invested. And the return on capital is sitting around 99 to 100%. So this is just a little bit about QQQI. So if you're looking for maybe a little bit tech and you're looking for income, QQQI is the place to be. It's got assets under management from the NASDAQ 100. So we're talking about Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla. And it's what it's doing is selling all the money covered calls on these assets and generate premium. Now, classic dividend ETFs do not have much tech in them because tech doesn't have as much dividend yields compared to those classic blue chip stocks like a Procter & Gamble, a Walmart, or even a JP Morgan. So what it's doing is selling those tech stocks and creating income based off all of them. Some of them, like Tesla, has always some juicy premiums, and so it's a good way to kind of generate some extra income for those that own this ETF. Now, as AI continues to dominate the market and tech continues to build and build with the Mag 7, QQQI is poised to continue to create a little bit of growth and a lot of income. So as these assets continue to grow, this will help it grow, and as these income continue to grow as well, this helps out for those that are looking for income. Now, of course, like I said, there are some risks because this is tracking tech, and tech can go down pretty quickly and it can go up pretty quickly. So just remember, always approach your financial advisor if you're looking for some advice. This is just educational purposes. Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and one of my favorite places that I like to track my portfolio is Snowball Analytics. Now, Snowball Analytics is a great place where you can track your portfolio, track dividends, look up different ETFs, and even see like how your portfolio is going up and down and be able to create goals for the future. You know, you can look at it on the computer and you can also look at it on your phone as an app. And this is a great place that I've been using since February of 2025. And if you want, I'll leave a link in my description and a link in my pinned comments, and you can sign up for it. There's a free version, there's a paid version, and if you were to click on the paid version, there's a discount if you use my link or the promo code, the Frugal Expat, and I'll get a slight little commission off of it. But there's no cost to you. Like I said, there's a discount. So if you want to pay for it, use the link or the promo code, the Frugal Expat. All right, let's get on to the video. Our next ETF is going to be IWMI, which is the NEOS Russell 2000 High Income ETF. With this ETF, you're getting a 14.07% yield, which is good. You're getting a 0.68% expense ratio, which is the same as the others. Right now, you're getting 100% return of capital, and since it launched in 2024, it doesn't have as much assets under management as QQQI or SPYI. Now, the good news about this, it gives you exposure to the small caps. Now, we have talked about tech, we have talked about S&P 500. Now, this one is giving us exposure to small cap companies. So with this, you're getting a portfolio distribution of healthcare, financials, you're getting consumer staples, and you're getting technology all in this ETF. And the cool thing is, historically, small caps have outperformed the large cap companies. And the way it makes its money is because of the wild swings of the ups and downs of the small caps. You're gonna generate some more premium in which you can distribute out to your shareholders. So that's good news for IWMI. Now, if we're looking at 2026, we can see that as rates continue to come down, we just saw another rate cut. We can see that the possibility of having more money flow into these small cap companies could allow them to boom in the near future. And so that means this ETF could also boom in the near future as well. So let's take a look at this in 2026. And if you're wanting to buy and hold, you can possibly do that. If you don't, that's okay. Our next ETF is going to be IYRI, which is the NEOS Real Estate High Income ETF. Now, we have done small caps, large caps, we have done tech, and now we're on to real estate. Now, this ETF has a 10.77% yield. It's got a 0.68% expense ratio. It's got 96% return on capital, and it's doing pretty well. And if you know anything about REITs already pay out some good dividends. But with IYRI, it allows people to not just have the REIT income, but it also allows people to have some of that cover call income a part of it. Now, 10.77 is probably the lowest on this list, but that's okay. It's a great yield if you're looking for some dividends and looking for some income. The cool thing is real estate's a little bit different. It doesn't really move the same way as stocks and bonds. So stocks and bonds could be having great time, while real estate may not be. Real estate could be having a great time, while stocks and bonds are just going a little bit at a time. We have seen this in the past, and we'll probably see it in the future. And so that's a good reason to have a little bit of extra diversification within your portfolio. So if you were to add one of these, you can have a little bit of extra different assets in your portfolio. Our next ETF is going to be BTCI, which is the NEOS Bitcoin Cover Call High Income ETF. Now, this ETF is a little bit different. It tracks cryptocurrency, as in like a Bitcoin, and so it's got a little bit different things. It's got higher yield. The yield's sitting a little bit over 26%. It's got a higher expense ratio of 0.98%, so it means it costs $98 for every $10,000 invested. And it's got about $900 million to $1 billion in assets under management, so it's not as big as a QQQI or SPYI, but it's also a little bit different. Now, the interesting thing is this ETF does not own any Bitcoin itself, so it owns kind of like a derivatives of Bitcoin, and so it sells cover calls on that. Now, you may be wondering, is this a red flag? And that's a great question. Now, an ETF like MSTY or MISTY, whatever you want to call it, tracks MSTR, which is a company that tracks Bitcoin. Now, with this ETF, it kind of crashed and burned as Bitcoin kind of dived, and it was promising 100% premiums, and the stock kind of failed. And that's with a company called YieldMax. Now, I'm not saying that BTCI is one of this. It's not promising 100% yields. It's only giving you 26% yields. So, but it's quite volatile as an ETF, and so that's something that you have to think about and look out for. Now, I am not a Bitcoin fan, and there are some people that like it, and some people that may think this is a great ETF to put in their portfolio. Not me, but that's okay. I mean, we are all different, and remember just to seek advice with your financial advisor if you think this could be something that you want to add to your portfolio. Now, with these different ETFs, these 5 ETFs, there are, of course, risk. And with any investment, you do have risk, so always do your research, always look up what's going on, and I'll go over some of those risks real quick. Now, a couple risks is, of course, you have the option strategy risk. Now, these are actively managers that are trying to create distributions through selling covered calls on these options. Now, it could be complex. You know, the market could go one way and it could destroy your performance. It could go the other way and, you know, your performance is still destroyed. So that could be something, and it's just a little bit more complex. Of course, during bull markets, you're going to have a capped upside. So when you're selling out of the money calls, you're hoping that it just slightly goes up and maybe sideways. But if the bull market goes raging, then you may lose out on potential gains. There's always volatility dependency that going up and down in the market allows you to capture more upside. But if the market is calm, there's a possibility that these yields could drop, and then you may be wondering, oh, why did he say these yields were so high? But that's always a risk with these strategies. There's also the return of capital red flag that people may be thinking about, like, all right, I'm giving you $100 for this, you're giving me back 10, and at some point it's going to come down to 0, and then any distribution is going to be, basically, it's going to be a long-term capital gain, but, you know, that could be something that you may be worried about. but that is always a risk and that's always a concern. And then the reality check is high yield means there's always more risk than you may expect. If you were to invest into a regular dividend ETF like a VYM, well, you're getting some consistent companies within that ETF that are paying some consistent dividends, like a Procter & Gamble, a Walmart, a Home Depot. These companies are paying dividends, and when they stop, they'll be removed. And when new companies come out with some good, solid companies with dividends, they'll be added onto it. So you gotta always remember that these cover call ETFs do have risk. And so I'm not saying that you should pile all your money into it, but it's an opportunity and an option that you can have as a part of your portfolio. Now, at the end, when I look at these ETFs and I look at NEOS as a company, I think NEOS is a great company that is innovating, creating, and doing some things that maybe some other companies may look at. And the cool thing is, since it's doing this, they're on top of their game. They're making these great ETFs that could be added to people's portfolio. And I have seen on the internet, I have seen through friends, and that these ETFs have been helping people to create an income portfolio, allowing people to retire early, allowing people to have a little bit more income within their portfolio. Now, I'm not saying these are the best ETFs. I'm not saying if you're 28 years old to start diving into these. There are different people have different options and different strategies that they want to do. So let me know in the comments, what is your favorite cover call ETF? Did I miss a NEOS ETF that you really like? And you say, all right, Steve, what about this one? Let me know in the comments. And remember to check out this video up here. And I'll see you in our next video.